the ultimate A5 Traveler's Notebook Starter Kit. That's what we're going to talk about today. Now, this isn't an actual kit that you can buy somewhere, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to assemble a Traveler's Notebook for you and create what I will call, I guess, a mock starter kit, because I get a lot of questions as it relates to traveler's notebooks on my channel. And even though they're not as popular as they once were years ago, I know there's still a lot of us who are big fans of the traveler's notebook setup. And a lot of us love just the whole, I guess, portability of using a traveler's notebook. So I want to say hello and welcome. My name is Desiree, and I have been doing planner and traveler's notebook videos on this channel for years. And I'm still in love with all of that stuff, but I thought today we'll do something a little different and talk about how to set up a traveler's notebook. I'm going to use things from my stash, but I will link everything that I use, as long as it's still available, in the description of this video. So I will do whatever I can to help you find the things that I'm going to be talking about today. So as you can see, I've got three traveler's notebooks here. I have the standard size, which is how I kind of got started in the whole traveler's notebook genre. And then I have the A5 size, which is one of my favorite sizes to use because I've said it before, I write really big and I just like to have a lot of space. Now the other size traveler's notebook, which I don't have near me, that I like to use is the, I think it's the B6, which is kind of a hybrid between these two sizes. So I've talked about traveler's notebooks before and I've shown you guys my setups, but I did have a question about, exactly what do you need to get started with a traveler's notebook and how do you set one up? And that's actually really the fun part of using a traveler's notebook, is figuring out what you want to put inside of it and how you're going to use it and all of the accessories and pretty things that go along with it. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, this is September leather, the cover, and I'll talk about that, but I have it in both sizes. So as far as I know, September leather makes these covers in three sizes: the standard, the A5, and I think the A6, which is like the smaller passport size. So depending on how you're going to use this or what your preference is, that will determine what size traveler's notebook you use and all of the things that you're going to need to put inside of it. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the cover. So as I've said, this is an A5 traveler's notebook cover made by the company. I'm pretty sure it's September leather. So this has inside pockets, but I'm telling you, there are so many types of traveler's notebooks that you can buy, and you don't have to, limit yourself to what you see here. You can go on Etsy. I know there's quite a few travelers. Well, there's probably not as many traveler's notebook makers as there were in years past, but I got this on Amazon, and I want to say it was roughly around $25. I like the inside pockets because you can put stuff in there. It's made of real leather and it's just beautiful. And it does have a pen loop, which I don't use. And this is what the back looks like. Mine does have a little bit of scratches, but that's fine with me. And this is what the notebook looks like as it relates to, the thinness or thickness of the leather. So I love these traveler's notebook covers. I highly recommend them. I know a lot of you have already purchased September leather traveler's notebook covers, and you all say the same thing, that it's amazing quality for the price, because some of these traveler's notebook covers are ridiculously priced, and I really don't think you need to spend that money to have a beautiful, gorgeous notebook. All right, so the way this is set up, again, this is A5 size, and then you do have 4 elastics here, and this is where you're going to put what is called your inserts. All right, and we'll talk about that next, but you can also find notebook covers that have just one elastic. Some of them may have only two. Some of them may have up to 8 elastics, depending on how big, thick, and chunky you want your traveler's notebook to be. All right, I pretty much prefer the 4-strand or 4 elastics here because that allows me to put 4 inserts inside. But you can put up to 8 inserts inside, depending on the size of the inserts, like the thickness, and how you loop them through the elastics. All right, so you have a lot of flexibility to customize this and really set it up how you want. All right, so that's the cover. Now let's talk about the inserts, and I have a variety of inserts here that I'm going to share with you. And you can buy these anywhere. Yes, you can buy them on Amazon. You can buy them even like at office supply stores and stuff like that. Of course, you can buy them on Etsy. I've seen them on eBay, like wherever. So basically an insert is a notebook, and this is just one I happen to have. I just grabbed. That you will put inside on the elastics that we talked about earlier. All right, so whatever type of paper you like, if there's a specific type of insert that you prefer, you have a lot of options. Now, Erin Condren also has these little books here, and I don't even know if she still makes these. But this one is the budget book. She had quite a few, and she also had her own kind of traveler's notebook system. Like I said, I don't know if she still has that. I will definitely look it up. And then this is a little book I got from Michael's, and I think this is like an artist's notebook or something like that. Again, it's also in the A5 size, and this is one that I've had for a while. Just a lined notebook, and this one is a Teresa Collins, and I don't know if she's still making stuff. But again, you don't need to have anything fancy or spectacular as it relates to that. I did throw this really pretty graphic or this picture on the cover, and this is kind of what I had when I had this set up. All right, so as you can see, you've got a lot of options for inserts, and we do have 4 inserts here. And they're roughly all about the same thickness. Now, they're not exactly all the same size. You can see this one here is a little bit smaller, but that's okay. It'll still work for our demonstration today. So what you're going to do is you are going to put your inserts inside your traveler's notebook. And again, we're just going to loop them on these elastics here. And the way you do that is typically you're going to find the middle of your insert. All right, so that's the middle, and we are just going to loop this on the very first elastic. Boom, it's done. And we're going to do that with each of these inserts. And we're just going to find the center of the book, and we are going to loop it through. Now, you don't have to do it through the center if you don't want to, but that typically makes your notebook, a little bit easier to manage, because then it's not uneven. Okay, so, all right, so now we have our inserts in our notebook. And you can see they're looped on the elastic, so there's no worry of them falling out if we drop the book or we happen to turn it a certain way. Now, you could stop here, right? This is a totally fine setup as it relates to using your traveler's notebook. You don't need anything extra. You don't need anything fancy. You probably may just want to throw a pen here on the pen loop and call it a day. But as us planner girls typically are, we like to do a little bit more. We like to have all the extras, all the pretties, all the bells and whistles. All right, but technically, this is a setup or a A5 traveler's notebook setup. All right, so let's talk about some of the other things. Now, back in the day, dashboards were the thing, and maybe they still are. But dashboards basically are these little plastic folders that you put inside your traveler's notebook, and you can use them however you want. You can put pretty paper in here, you can put photos in here, you can put your receipts or anything that you want in here. All right, and I've got different kinds here. I want to say this one was made by Foxy Fix, which is no longer in business, but you can still find dashboards online. I think you can find them on Etsy, and I think you can find them on Amazon as well. So, and you can see they're different. Like they have different, I guess, styles. This one is the secretarial pocket, and I just have a piece of pretty scrapbook paper in here. See, so you just find a pretty piece of paper, and that is a dashboard. That's called a dashboard. All right, and remember I said Erin Condren also had a whole line of traveler's notebook supplies, and this is a dashboard as well. And you don't have to use just use the Erin Condren products with Erin Condren products. You can mix and match, no problem with that. So this is one of her dashboards. You've got pockets in the front, so you could put photos, stickers, whatever. And she has this really nice big pocket, and I just use this for stickers. All right, so the way we're gonna put these in is, again, it depends on your preference. Most of us like to have a dashboard as the very first thing when we open up our traveler's notebook. So what I like to do is the same elastic that this first insert is on, we are going to put our dashboard. All right, and it may not come all the way to the edge. That's okay. That doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, then you may have to kind of, play around with different size inserts and whatnot, but this doesn't really bother me at all. All right, so now you have a beautiful, I guess, clean surface. If you wanted to put sticky notes on here, if you wanted to throw stickers on here, whatever, you could totally do that. Now, depending on how you like your notebook set up, some of us like to put a dashboard on each insert. Some of us just like to have a dashboard on the front and on the very last insert, which is typically what I do. But again, you can do whatever the heck you want to do. All right, so I'm going to throw this dashboard, and this one is the full pocket dashboard. And you can see I just have some really pretty handmade paper in here that I thought looked nice. And I'm going to throw that on this last elastic. All right, and there we go. And look how nice that looks. That's very pretty to me. Now, if I needed some more space, I probably would consider putting this in as well. But I don't really need it, but for the sake of our demonstration today, I'm going to throw it in anyway. And you can see this little groove here allows you to really kind of stack a lot of inserts, depending on, how many inserts you have in your notebook. So I'm going to put this on these. Oh, well, maybe it won't fit. All right, so we're just going to throw this in here. Okay, so now, not only did we make our traveler's notebook look pretty, but we also have all of this space now, right? Because we can throw photos, we can throw little note cards, whatever. We can throw in stamps, I don't know, anything. All right, so you have now you have this pocket here. You have a pocket here. I've got all of these pockets, right, to put something amazing and fun in. Let me grab some stuff. All right, so I've got like these little stickers here, little sticker samples. What else? Journaling cards. Anything to make it pretty and fun. You can also cut stuff out of a magazine. Oh, does this not fit? Okay, so we'll throw that in there. But this is just to give you an idea. You can put photos of your kids, of your animals, whatever, whatever. I don't think this is gonna fit. I don't. But you guys get the gist, all right? Let's just throw it in here for now. Okay, now you have to remember, the more stuff you're going to put in your traveler's notebook, the chunkier it's going to get. I'm a chunky TN girl. I like my notebooks to be chunky. So I don't mind getting my notebooks jam stuffed, packed full of all the goodies and all the pretties and all of that. All right, so yeah, that looks really good. And don't forget, you also have these pockets here if you want to throw stuff back there. Okay, so now, this isn't an actual setup. I would probably take my time a little bit more if I were doing this, like having this as my, you know, my everyday main traveler's notebook. But I want to show you something else, okay? So you don't have to stop here. Now let's say we wanted to add some more stuff, right? Let's say we wanted to, I don't know, maybe have a little pouch or something. So if we wanted to keep some cash or I don't know, anything important that we don't want to lose. Well, we also have these little, and I don't even know what they're called, but these are zip pouches, inserts, and they do make them in the A5 size. And you know what? I do have one somewhere. It's just probably buried in my stash. But as you can see, it is, it's got little pockets here. And then it also has a zipper pouch. So if I wanted to put something important, I could put something important in there, zip it up, and not worry about it falling out. But now this is actually a standard size zipper pouch. But just because it's a standard size doesn't mean you can't use it in your A5 notebook. All right, so that's what we're gonna do, because I kind of like the kind of hodgepodge look of, you know, different size pockets and whatnot. So now I have even more pockets and places to put photos, cards, whatever. And then I also have a secure zipper pouch here. And the reason why I put it inside the dashboard, because let's say I did want to put cash or something important in there. Maybe I don't want everybody to see it when I'm, you know, flipping through my TN. Maybe I don't want everybody to see I've got cash or something important in there. So I could flip through it and it would be on the inside and nobody would see it. But that's just me. Of course, you know, if you don't want to do it that way, you can, you know, slide it through one of these inserts. You can slide it through the very back, you know, whatever makes sense for you. All right, so that is the A5 Traveler's Notebook Starter Kit. Now, of course, you can go on and on and on with this, right? You can have beautiful clips like I've got on mine. Let me show you. All right, this is called an ollie clip, and it's purely here for decoration. It's not doing anything, but I just like the way it looks, you know, the purple on purple. So you can put beautiful ollie clips on here. You can also do some of these fun little paper clips. I don't remember, I think someone made this for me. And you can do all kinds of stuff. I've seen people put little like dangly things here on the bottom, you know, little jewels or keychains or charms, whatever. You know, you can do all kinds of stuff, right? You can do all kinds of stuff. You can have fun with it. It's, you know, you can be really creative. You can really just go wild with it. And that's kind of what a lot of us did back in the day. I don't know if people are still doing this. I don't know if people are still, you know, going crazy with their traveler's notebook setups. But, you know, that was just what we did back then. And I think a lot of us still are into it, right? When we feel creative. This is another zipper pouch, as you can see. And then you have inserts that are folders. All right, remember when everybody was making their own folders with scrapbook paper? That was fun. So you really can just, like I said, go wild. Oh, I have two zipper pouches in here. Okay. All right, I haven't flipped through this in a while, but, you know, just giving you some ideas of what you can do. Okay, so that's going to be it for this A5 Traveler's Notebook Starter Kit. And like I said, it's not an official kit, but it is just giving you an idea of what you may want or what you may need as it relates to your A5 Traveler's Notebook setup. But remember, this isn't only A5 specific. You can use these ideas and these tips and these techniques on any size Traveler's Notebook. All right, it really is a fun and creative way to stay organized, to journal, to keep track of your thoughts or anything that you want to keep track of. All right, so let me know your thoughts on this starter kit, Traveler's Notebook starter kit. What are your ideas? What do you think? Are you still really into the whole Traveler's Notebook setup and decor and all of the things? I would love to know. All right, my friends, thanks so much for watching, and I'll check in with you again really soon.